Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for being with us for the penultimate show of what has been an unbelievable week. It's been good January so far, hasn't it, here at Crafters TV? Sort of same but very different to what we normally do in the fact that we're bringing you all of these new year, new craft shows with, I think, lots of different techniques that we've not concentrated on as much before, but also bringing you deals and bundles and loads of other special things that normally we only save for things like birthday or the CTV anniversary. So very, very different January. You guys have absolutely loved it. If you have just joined us, you've not been here for the last 10 days, just crawled out from under a rock. You've missed a lot, let me just tell you, but you are also here with the opportunity to pick up some very, very special deals today. Also, we are still doing our free gift. I've got it in the studio now this time round, which is very useful. £10, $10. If you spend that amount, you will be getting this beautiful Happy Holidays die set. It is one per customer, but spend that 10 and this will be added into your basket for you. We are also still continuing on for our US viewers who spend 50, free shipping. Basically what happens is you spend that 50, you then get tagged in the system for the rest of the day. So if you maybe you've already done that, you're tagged for the rest of the day, you come to this show or you come back tonight on Friday Night Live and you spot a few other deals that you want to buy, you can pop them into your basket and know that you're not going to pay any more shipping. Our system recognises that you've already spent that threshold, so you're there. And it's been brilliant. So many positive comments about that. I genuinely don't know how long it is lasting for. Today might be the last day, so take advantage of it is all I would say. I genuinely do not know. And running right across the weekend to the end of play Sunday, not double points, nada, triple points on every single thing you order. So again, amazing to get you up within the levels in Club Inspire. If you've just joined, you'll be jumping up those levels quicker than you can say skibbity riz. Yeah, and then even if you are at the other end and you go, oh, well, I'm multi-times platinum, coming very soon, of course. We've got our Platinum Plus that Sarah announced yesterday. For those of you who've got 15,000 points or more. And then Platinum for Life if you're someone who's over 50,000. I think she said there was something like 1,240 people who are Platinum Plus already and about 200 people who are 50,000. And we do know, yes, a few of you, including Stephen. Thank you, Stephen. I saw your video, your craftimonial. I have sent it off to the people who do all of the fancy editing and stuff. And we could be seeing you very soon. Thank you so much for all of those, by the way. Keep sending them in. Check my page, @BenMosebyCC on Facebook to find out more about that. We have got a brilliant show lined up. We are concentrating on all things embossing. If you picked up the embossing technique kit earlier on, good for you, because there are now only 53 chances left to buy. I'll take you all through it in just a second. I'll tell you about the bonus buy, then Craig will show you in more detail, and then pretty much, I think I'm right in saying, as we cross to him and say good afternoon, it's over to the viewers, Craig, today, isn't it? Because I mean, you'll do stuff, but you'd rather do stuff that everyone wants to see.
Absolutely, yeah. A couple of things we're going to do, or at least one thing we're going to do to kickstart. If there is no questions, I'll just keep going and going and going. But I've got a funny feeling that there will be questions when it comes to how can you do this or how can you do that. This is all about the technique of embossing, where to be using your different embossing folders. When it comes to wake-up call earlier on, I talked you through that age-old question of the sandwich for your die-cutting machine when it comes to a 3D folder and a 2D folder. So you can always go back to the beginning of Wake Up Call and see that. But with all of this, what you're going to get is the ability, because you've got videos with myself as well, show you how to emboss with your vellums, how to do that pinpoint colour, how to then come along and overlay with maybe your alcohol pens or maybe your Midas ink pads. What about shakers as well? You've got an abundance of different embossing folders within this range that go from 4x6, 5x7, 6x6, 2D, 3D, all there in with, of course, this bundle. You've got all the card, the paper, you've got everything that you're going to need. And Ben,
yes,
you've got so much more.
Yeet. Yes, you do. You've got so much more than this bundle because you buy the kits, right? And we give you, these are £30 kits each, right? But we're going to give you two. And, oh, we can share it now. Yes. So you're going to get all of these goodies here, split it down the middle, and then that shows you kit 1, kit 2. It's exactly the same, but it's nice in the fact they'll come in separate bags for you, so you can decide to keep one for yourself, give one to a crafting friend, keep one for yourself, give to somebody else who you might want to craft along with you. Maybe you're part of a craft club. There's tons in here. As Craig has already explained, this is your embossing techniques kit. You'll have all the information, hints, tips, and techniques from Craig in this show, plus the access to digital tutorials as well. But within the kit, and Craig will show you more detail in just a second, you can pretty much see now, but you're going to get 2 of your 2D 4x6 chevron embossing folders. You're going to get 2 of your 2D snowfall 6x6 folders. You're going to get 2 of your 5.5 by 5.5 3D macro floral folders, 2 of your studded leather 4x6 3D folders, 2 of your floral 3D embossing folders in 4x6, plus your 5x7 damask 3D, 2 of those. You're then going to get various size watercolor cardstock, 18 sheets of that, 5x7, 4x6 and 6x6, 24 sheets of your 8x8 core cardstock, 18 sheets of white cardstock panels in different sizes, 8 stamps, 2 dust-its, 2 sanding blocks, and 18 vellum panels, again, in different sizes. Now, just to explain this and break it down again, $29.99 each, so let's call it 30 for easy maths. You should be paying £60 for all of this. You aren't. The majority of you are platinum, so again, for ease sake, let's say you should be paying 60, you're paying £50 for both, so we're giving you 10 back, right? And that would be a fantastic deal. The fact that we're giving you a free gift and triple points as well, insane. However, we go crazy, crazy, and then, wait, is that One Direction?
One Direction.
Yeah.
One Direction.
And we go for free, have all of this. All of this is coming to you for free. I'm doing the walk. The boss loved that the other day, apparently, so I'm going to keep doing it. She loves it when I do this walk. Oh, you missed, hang on. Ready, Jamie? Ready? This walk. It's proper TV, that. Yeah, proper TV. That's what they do on proper TV. So you're going to get all of your pastels Centura Pearl here, 40 sheets of that included for free. 40 sheets of our fresh white linen cardstock for free. You're going to get 4 of our water reactive ink pads within this set for free. You've got your lemon tonic, you've got your crushed velvet, you've got your oasis, and ooh, frosty chid. You're also going to get more embossing folders. That one comes with a beautiful stamp. You've got your holly and candles embossing folder, and you've got your birthday cupcake 6x4 embossing folder. That one's a 3D, that one's a 3D, that one's a 3D. You're getting a shimmer spray from the Enchanted Ocean. You're getting a blending tool. You're also getting the sentiments from the Majestic Unicorn collection, and you're getting that beautiful Fairy Glade 3D embossing folder from the eponymous collection for free. Everything there for free, but only for the next 50 odd people. 52 people, because after that it's gone. And I don't think there will be a final deal today, because I know one has not been set up yet. A lot of people going home early because it's been one of those weeks. It's been very busy, people taking that Friday time off. But I'm not done. Because if you go for this deal, which is crazy, you then open up your bonus buy deal, which is something that everybody will want to grab, because we're giving you tape pens. It's the refillable tape pens, the one that we brought to you most recently, 30 meters on each reel, and this is where it gets crazy. Crazy. That song's really stuck in my head now.
Where's that come from?
What?
Where's it come from?
One Direction.
Yeah, I know, but like, did you hear it on the radio?
No,
did someone sing it backstage?
No, I'm not. I don't even know how it goes after that. I just know it goes, we go crazy, do. I don't know why. It's in my head. I don't even listen to them. Oh, I do like one of their songs. You and me got a whole lot of history. We could be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history. We have, meaning we've got a whole lot of history. Anyway, so the bonus buy deal, you get your tape pen with a refill, and another 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 refill for £12 or $20. The next 52 people who put that in with their showstopper will halve that price on screen. That is what you call an insane, ridiculous, knock it out of the park deal. If you want to buy it on its own, you can. You'll pay this price, which is still brilliant. But if you do it with the showstopper, £12, $20, 1 take pen with refill and then 6 extra refills for that price, triple points and your free gift. I'm going to leave it at that for now, because we want to get on and get looking into these kits, explaining all around them. You fire in those questions as well. Have I said hello to anyone yet?
Don't think so.
Really quickly, Jan's on the socials. Hello, Jan. Julie Palmer says, good afternoon. I've had 4 deliveries today. I managed to get them indoors without being spotted. PB Brewer Martin says, Friday again to Ben, Craig and all at CTV and every one of you. Hilary and Holly are in saying, hey everyone, from Hilary and Holly Collie, 51 left. Hi to Faye Smith in Bristol, Virginia. Mary Beth Doyle in Minnesota. Bella Stella is in saying, hey Ben, Craig, team and everyone. Amanda Hubbard says, I missed wake up call today as it was my first morning back at work, but I managed to catch up just in time. Rebecca Dancer says, hello Ben, Craig and the crew from a Beanie, Buckinghamshire. I loved your jigsaw puzzle that you made. I'm a crafter's companion. Check it out everybody. Rebecca has made a jigsaw puzzle with our jigsaw dies. It is the most bonkers jigsaw you have ever seen, and it would take ages to put back together. Christine says, hello again everyone. Polly Coe's in Florida. Gillian Denton says, hello again fellow crafters, Ben, Craig. I had a go using my embossing folders with the tips Craig gave and was much more successful using them. Thank you, Craig.
Boom.
Amelie's in, Amelie Batiste, Carolyn Wilson in Florida, Pat Demarest, Vanessa Fuentes, Lakieta Gibson, Teresa Campbell and Stephen Nicole, who says, hi to Ben and Craig, my 2 favourite comedians.
Stephen!
Lol. We loved your video.
We did.
I love the fact as well you talked about Craig's watch. I didn't realise that he said that he was the one that said, oh, was your watch from a Christmas cracker?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. And don't worry, I know the banter that you have, Stephen, so don't worry. No offence whatsoever.
No.
Send it across.
We love the bants. And a final hello for now to Wendy Graham, who says, good afternoon, Ben, Craig, community, and all the crafters I've made to Platinum Plus. Yes, coming soon. Right, 50 of these left. Let's get to Craig and take us through this. And any questions, any requests, fire them in, please.
Yes, I know, seeing as we've got the camera up and running there, Ben. Ben, you went through it, over it all. So we'll maybe do it my side later on, but for now, let's just dive straight in to a demo. So I'm going to kick off with 2. The first one here, what I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm going to do something that we don't actually always do.
Okay.
And sometimes we say don't do it, and that is double emboss.
Okay.
Because we say if you emboss once, then you come along and then you flatten what you've already done. But it is doable, and it is still a technique. So I've gone in with the blue card that you get included, cut it down to just shy of 6 by 6. Reason being is, of course, I talked to you within Wake Up Call. If your cardstock's bigger, you get the crinkly edges, you get the cracked edge. So what to do is cut your card just a slither smaller than the embossing folder size. So what I'm going to do, this is a good way to then, of course, reiterate the plate configuration. This is a 2D folder, so I've gone in with base plate, and then I'm also going in with my top plate. So line that up, and then we're going to then feed that one through. So this is a snowflake fall. However, it is just tiny dots. It could be raindrops. It could just be a background if you wanted it to be. It doesn't have to be snow. And then what we've then got is we've got that snowfall. Look at that snowfall. So you've got the larger cluster at the top with more of that smaller cluster towards the bottom. However, we're going to come in with a 3D folder as well. So what I'm going to do at this moment in time, let's bring in my guillotine. And you could have cut this down to 4 by 6 to start with, or as you can see, I did just go in with the 6 by 6. And I'm going to trim that down because that is 4 by 6. Going back to what I talked about a moment ago, going to make it just a little bit smaller. So let's go just under the 6 inch, and then let's go just under the 4 inch.
Yep.
So what I want to make sure is this is the raised side. So I want to make sure that that is then going to have the 3D embossed detail on the raised side facing up. So that is the bumpy side. So let's pop that in here, and then we're going to close this over. Now this one being a 3D embossing folder, what we need now, Ben, is we need our base plate. We're going to go magnetic, and then we're going to go top plate. I'm going to then feed that one through here. That's then, of course, going to emboss. I'm just going to see if I can see something like a darker. Let's go in with midnight will do. Let's go in here, and then let's lift. What you're going to get is it will start to push the little snowfall dots back in, but what you're left with is like white work. It's as if it's been gone in with like a white pigment.
Yeah.
So yes, it flattens
Beautiful.
it to a point, but then you are still left with kind of like that white work all the way round. Then what you can do is then you can come along, and I am just going to take, actually, I was away to say, is it a circle one?
What's that?
Yeah, it's a circle one that's
Oh, yes, in the kit.
So let's see, if I've got a circle handle. Let's be honest here, you know I prefer my square ones. Here we go. But because you've got a circle one in the bundle,
Show you how to use it.
I will use it. So we're just going to go in here, just going to make sure I've got my ink onto my blending tool, and then we can really start to build that up. I always like to take some off my glass mat to start with, and because this is 3D, what I'm doing, Ben, is I am keeping my blending tool flat, and I'm not actually pressing too hard, because what I want it to do is I want the blue to be picked up heavily on the raised areas, and then it's going to be lighter on the background areas. So you can absolutely use two folders together if you want to. And you do get kind of like a little technique book that's covered in there as well.
Yeah.
It might be, don't hold me to it, might be one of the videos that I've done. I honestly can't remember, I've done that many of them. But you do get 4 technique videos. But seeing how you can use 2 folders together, so that can simply be matte and layered. You've got the 3D focus of the flowers. You've got the teeny little dots that are appearing on the petals, and then away in the background, you've kind of got the flattened emboss, but still gives you that white work look, of course, of the little dots. So play. Is it something I do a lot? Not really. I tend to then just use one folder at a time, but you can absolutely have a play and mix with the folders. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to take the chevron. I'm going to give that just a light clean here. Of course, we can't be mopping that up on our cardstock. Mm-hmm. Now, what I'm going to show you as well is this is in the little booklet that you get. It does say tissue paper. What it's actually meaning is toilet roll. So,
okay.
What you're going to do is you're going to take 2 squares and then 1 square. And then you're going to do that until you've got 6. So I've got them here. So that's 6 2 squares and 6 single squares. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter if they have an embossed detail already on the toilet roll, because we're going to flatten that essentially. And what we're then going to do is we're going to bring in our folder here. So this one being our chevron. So we are going to take one of the double strips, and then what I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm just going to then just fold that one over slightly and bring in one of the single squares, like so. It will hang over the edge, so don't worry. And then we're going to take our water spritz.
Okay.
And just lightly, that's it, because we're going to do that in total 6 times. And you don't want to overly soak it, because what you need to keep in mind is if you drench this, this is going to go through your die cutting machine.
Yeah.
So it's just a very light spritz.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything that I shouldn't. It's in the technique booklet. So I just want to reiterate again, you're just doing a light spritz. So fold over, and then we're going to then pop our single one, light spritz, and then we're doing that for all 6 of them here. So pop that one on and pop that one. So if you see it and it says tissue paper, you will see by the photo that it's toilet roll.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, maybe quite rightly, you don't maybe necessarily want to write toilet paper.
I worry
roll.
between you and Sarah using toilet rolls for your demos today and yesterday, there's going to be none left for the rest of the office. It's a good job it's the weekend.
Just as well, yeah. Just as well.
Make sure we get stocked up for the start of next week.
Yeah, need to stock them up for next week. I'm not here next week. You've got good old Debbie Fisher is back.
The fish is back. We're going to hear from the fish in just a bit.
The fish is back.
Yeah. I have not seen the fish for probably, when was the last time she was in? First week of December, I want to say.
Something like that, yeah.
She's in on Hobbymaker this week, isn't she?
She is indeed. And
Yeah.
then I'm up and down the road at Hobbymaker next week, and I am going to do my absolute best on a teeny little gap that I've got when I come home. I am going to try and pop in and see her.
Ah,
Because, again, I've not seen her in ages and absolutely miss her a bit, we all do. So, because that is a 2D folder, what we're going to do is we're then going to put our second plate over the top, and then we're going to run that one through here. Now, we do have layer, of course, of the toilet roll. You can do kitchen roll if you want. Can be pattern, it can be scented, does not really matter. But what it's then going to do is it's going to give you, Ben, your handmade paper.
yes, okay.
Giving you that handmade paper look. It's giving you that handmade feel look as well. But what you can do, and it's entirely up to yourself, you can still letterpress if you want to, you can paint with it, you can ink over the top. What you need to keep in mind though is it's toilet roll, so it's very, very absorbent.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind, but keep that in mind when you're spritzing. Just a very, very light spritz. That's all that you want, and nothing overly strong with water because it's going through your Gemini. Let's go in then. I'm just going to grab what I can see, and it's square blending tools. You can do them with the circle ones, of course, and then you can simply blend over the top. Be careful at this point if it's still lightly damp, but what that also does is that works to the technique.
Right.
Because what you can start to do is ruffle up the edges, which makes it look really cool, and it looks really, really smart. But we can go over the top here, start to blend that through. So you're getting that handmade paper look when it comes to the edges. And it's a good way, and I would say if you're going to do this, just get some of the most inexpensive toilet roll. Maybe already choose the inexpensive toilet roll.
Don't buy your double quilted with the coconut.
Is it still Charmin or something?
Charmin, yeah.
Yeah.
Charmin.
Or Andrex, anything like that. No.
Right.
You
So
don't
get the supermarket own.
Get the own one, the cheap one, or kitchen roll.
Oh, okay.
Kitchen roll would work as well. And then what you can do, if you want, let's get a paintbrush. I probably, Ben, wouldn't cut these with my guillotine. You absolutely can do. But what I would do is paintbrush and water, come along, soak the edges, and then just start to then tear away.
Yeah.
Start to tear them away. So we're getting more of that rustic edge. Maybe you want that to soak in a little bit longer. You can see, start to work around your edges. You can take your distress tool or your edge crimpler. If you got that last night.
Did you get that in Craig's mega bundle last night?
If you did,
The edge crimpler.
Just go around and just start to wet that again, just to get that really, really uneven, rustic, handmade look all the way around the edges. Let's fluff that up a bit. And you can't, if you want that to be up there as well, what to do is just come along more with your water and then just tear away. But it's a great way to start using what else you've got. You know, if you're going to a hotel, technically you've paid for the toilet roll. I'm not saying take it. I'm not saying doing a Ross and take it.
Doing a Ross?
You could do.
Doing a Ross?
Doing a Ross. Ross from Friends.
Ah.
Yeah, how he takes everything from the hotel room.
Oh,
that he's entitled
yes.
to.
He's entitled to.
He's entitled
it's built
to.
into the cost of the room.
Exactly, it is. It is.
Jeannie's just asking, could you now die cut that tissue once you've embossed it?
Absolutely. Well, so, yes, but you could then, you're going to flatten the chevron.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know, you're going to flatten the chevron. You could as well play with the technique. So if you know the size of your die, what you could do is, well, no, so you wouldn't be, no, because you're needing to layer with the water first to get that buildability. Then, of course, let's tell you what, I've got nesting dies here, just simple ones, because what could and probably would happen, Ben, is a bit like that last technique, that you'll still see the detail.
Yes, but it will be just a little bit more...
But it'll be a bit more flatter.
Flatter, yeah.
If I bring in, let's go in with something a bit bigger. Let's go in with oval dies. By the way, these are our nesting dies that launched in birthday. It's just I have a set that are not in packaging that I carry around with me. So it's just these ones. So let's go in, let's have a look.
The main part of that is not going to be... Oh, no, it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is going to be flat.
The whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to see that image, the chevrons.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to see the chevrons, but whether they are flat or not. And
let's find out.
What I'm also wanting to do, Ben, is I want to keep that central, because then I can use it for a frame.
Yes.
I can use the outer edge, and of course, I can use that inner edge. So let's layer that up here, and then run that through. We can then go along. Play, of course, with the configuration. That's a simple die, so I could have got away with trying to do it without the magnetic shim. But if we see that has, it looks smart. That has flattened it. It's got a very, you can feel that chevron detail.
Yeah.
But it has flattened it. So it's very, very, very light. But what you can do is you can still see the chevron detail.
So you've got an Easter egg there now.
So you've got an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So although we say always die cut first, then emboss, certain techniques like this one where you need to do the emboss first, yes, you can absolutely still die cut. What you need to keep in mind is the die cut will then flatten the detail, but in cases like this, in that first demonstration, it can actually work within your favour.
Jeannie's now following up with saying, so if she does that technique that you've done with the tissue, how about then if I die cut first and emboss it?
So that's what I was trying to think of a moment ago. So what you're going to have to do is, so if you, I'm trying to think, so if you layer the toilet roll down on your glass mat, spritz, layer, spritz. So the only thing about that, the technique is that layering to create that handmade paper look.
Yeah.
That's the technique, and that's where the pressure comes from, by spritzing with water and the pressure. So you're layering, spritzing, you've not got the pressure that's
Could you not just then run, could you not just run it through your machine then with your plates to get that?
You could do, yeah, you definitely could do. I have to stress though, it's got to be light spritz.
Yes.
You don't want that water
like
coming out the sides yet, because it is of course your Gemini. The thing with this as well, play, have a play. Gone through, of course, one of many techniques that you're going to be able to do within that education that you also get with it. However, play as well. There is no reason that you can't adapt it like you said there a moment ago, Ben. I mean, you could go along, just very quickly doing it, do it on your mat instead.
Yeah.
So follow that same process that I've just done a moment ago. Spritz, then another layer, spritz, another layer, spritz, another layer, then put your plates in, run it through, flatten it, gives you, of course, that handmade paper look, then come along and die cut it. Yes, you can absolutely do that, but don't saturate your toilet paper.
Hey, I absolutely love the fact that you guys are asking questions, and Craig's showing us stuff that we haven't seen for ages, or in fact seen before, and then you're asking follow-up questions that we're trying to work stuff out for you as we go. That's what these shows are all about. Few comments and another question or two. I think I've got most of the questions which have been sent through. Carleen Sally says, there's a name I've not heard in ages. Hi everyone, says Carleen. It's been a very long time since I've joined in the chat. I have been watching though and buying. Well, it's lovely to have you back chatting with us. Chat some more, please. Stephanie Theodore says, no wonder TP is getting so expensive. Love this technique with the TP, says PB Brewer Martin. I love the fact you guys call it TP, toilet paper. Nettie New, hello, says, hi Ben, Craig and all the team. I haven't seen that technique using the paintbrush and water since I use mulberry paper. Yeah, you go and say, please, always gives a lovely rough edge. Love the technique, says Mary Shaw. Mary, thank you for your craftimonial, by the way. Love that with, was it called Munchkin, I want to say? I think it was. Yeah, very cute. Hi to Wanda, who says, fun fact, I am a retired towelette. I worked in a paper mill for 20 years, made paper towels and TP. I'm not going to say what he says, but whenever I say TP, all I think about is Beavis and Butthead. If you know, you know. I made paper towels and TP. I am a toilet paper snob, says Wanda. Hey, talk about toilet paper. Have you seen the new toilet paper that's being advertised on daytime TV? And they say it's not the worst rude word in the world, but they say a rude word.
Yeah.
It's called Who Gives a... And they advertise that on like daytime TV.
I know.
Yeah. Well, because like in the mornings when I'm up, like if I'm having a cup of coffee watching Good Morning Britain, the advert will be on, they're like, who gives a... It rhymes with trap. Yeah, that's a toilet paper brand. Anyway, Coffee O'Clock says, Laurie, hi again. Hello. Remember when TP was pretty colours in the 80s, says Sandy. Well, yeah, you can't get pretty coloured toilet paper, but you can now.
Yeah, you can.
But don't use it as toilet paper, obvs. Craig, right, a couple of more questions. Jeannie, I'm loving the fact you're getting your questions in. This is brilliant. Can you do this technique with crepe paper? Would you think?
I'd say give it a shot.
Is it absorbent enough?
See, I'm not sure about the absorbency of crepe paper because it's stretchy, isn't it? It's stretchy. I'm just trying to think of our crepe flower collection that we done. I'd say give it a shot. I can't think off the top of my head if it's absorbent or not, but there's obviously something in it that makes it stretch in one. It only stretches one direction, doesn't it?
You and me got a whole lot of history.
I would say give it a shot. The key thing, you don't overly saturate your card or paper.
And this one is more of a request, so I will fire it over in case you can incorporate it into a demo. Debbie on YouTube, hello Debbie, says, hi Ben and Craig. I don't even know if you've got them in here actually. She says though, I can see the pearl powders are in the shop today. Is it possible to see how to use those? I don't know if we've got them in here or if we do something with the embossing folders. Okay.
Pearl powders. But what I would say is go to YouTube, Crafters TV, type in of course pearl powders. If I can incorporate them within this one, then I will do. I mean, what I done with that, with the water reactive inks, you could use with the pearl powders. Just because do a light spritz with the water again, and then just tap the pearl powders, or tap the pearl powders and then spritz with water. If I can, I shall certainly try my best.
And two more quick requests. Hilary says, will you be showing gilding wax on embossing folders? As when I do it, it looks like someone has given the wax to Holly Collie to use.
I can do, yeah. Yeah, that I can do because, of course, we're going to use it over the top of embossed detail.
And Gillian's asking, could you show us some examples of how we could use alcohol markers after embossing using plain cardstock? So I guess colouring on an emboss.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
Excellent. We will, if Craig's going to do some more bits and pieces, we'll try and factor all these in. If we haven't done it in, say, like half an hour or so, give us another holler. And just quickly from me, there are 39 chances left to buy this showstopper, which means there are 39 chances left to buy the bonus buy. I'm being honest with you here, there's no final deal coming. As far as I know, at the minute, we've done that the last few days. Producer Nick just saying in my ear, she would be shocked if there was one, because Emma, who normally sorts them out, is not here. There's a lot of people working from home today, and I think they knock off at 3 o'clock. It's all right for some, isn't it, eh? 3 o'clock on a Friday. So don't bank on that. I would say the likelihood is that there won't be. So 39 more chances to shop and get it. We'll run through it all again for you in more detail in just a bit. But let's have a look back. Loads of great comments and questions and requests. So what are you going to do for us next, Craig?
Right, let's use the sanding block. Let's show you how you can do that. So if we use the damask one, so that one is 5 by 7, so I'm going to come just under the 5 inch, and we're going to come just under the 7 inch there. So I've got the size of my folder, and I tell you what, actually in this one as well, if I do the damask and sand back, what we'd do, because there's loads and loads of techniques, let's take the vellum and the snowfall, and we'll do that as well. So let's do the vellum and the snowfall first, because that's just simply running it through to let you see. And this also will cover, not a question, but a query we had within Wake Up Call about the thickness of your plate configuration when it comes to vellum. And what I was saying there is all that you're really focusing on is the folder that you're using. So it's 2D folder. So what I'm still going to do is treat it as though it's cardstock. It's inside. So 2D, 2 cutting plates. That's what I'm going to use, irrelevant of whether it was cardstock, whether it was acetate, whether it was vellum. Vellum, if you are doing it, as I'm doing here, maybe a little bit more of an intricate detail. If you find that it starts to crack, what you're going to do is a little play with your plate configuration.
Yeah.
Maybe take out one of the cutting plates, maybe put in your frosted shim and try that. Maybe you'll add a little bit more pressure. What you're wanting to do is if you're finding your vellum is cracking, it just means the plate configuration is a little bit too thick. So then therefore you want to counterbalance it. Take one plate out and put a few shims in that are not quite as thick as the actual cutting plate.
Yeah.
So that's how you're going to work out whatever it is medium-wise that you're doing. But then look at that. We've then got, look at that white work that we've got within that vellum.
That is incredible.
And then we've got the snowfall.
That's amazing.
Pinpoint detail, isn't it?
It's like it's like parchment, isn't it? That kind
like
of
parchment,
thing.
yeah. It's giving you that parchment look, that white work look.
That's amazing.
And that's what I meant by that is, of course, 2D. So I tell you what, let's still going to do the sanding back, but let's take. Tell you what, let's do. I know. Let's do the studded leather within the vellum.
Ooh, yes.
Let's go in here. So going to go in with the vellum. Let me just align that a little bit better. I want to make sure they're all aligned properly because all of these can all be used at a later date. So because that's 3D, once again, even though it's vellum, I'm not changing the plate configuration. It's 3D folder. So that's base plate, that is magnetic, and then it's frosted. So we're going to run through that one there. And this one, because it's a studded leather, you're going to have the fine lines, but then the tiny intricate dots. So we can then remove that one out of the way and lift that one.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. So if I bring in the white card.
Oh, that's even better, that one, I think.
Even better, isn't it? And it really gives you that padded look. It's as if you've run your fingers down that old style chair in the dining room or the hallway, and you can feel that paddedness from the stitching. So you can see how exquisite is that. No, the lines at the side are just the lines of the embossing folder. So you're going to trim that off.
That away.
So imagine putting your gem in there, pearl in there, maybe putting a little bit of your oil-based metallic pens, could be your alcohol pens with a little sentiment that you've got included. So that's it. Don't need to do much at all. And of course, folders, put them straight in onto your carte blancs. No problem at all. That's your carte blanc embossed. But let's go in with the actual card. So you've got this one included. Now with the folder that I'm going to be using within this one here, it is going to be our damask. Keep forgetting the name, damask. Now this isn't as if, you know, our 12 by 12 core card we had on yesterday.
Yep.
You sand back. So it's a different card than that. This is just like a smooth cardstock. So you'll see that white look that you're going to get in a moment. But if you want to use that 12 by 12 that you got yesterday, because I know hundreds of you got it, then start to use all of those as well. Some people think you can only sand back cardstock that's got a colour core.
No.
You don't. You can use any card, and if it's not a colour core, it's just going to give you a white core. Brilliant. So let's open that one up. Now this is the deboss, which looks absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it does.
That is the deboss. So you can always use the opposite side. Sometimes it looks better than others, and then on this occasion, you've got that deboss that looks exquisite. But what we've got is the emboss, which also looks phenomenal. Okay, all that intricate detail that you've got, the damask, that's symmetry that you've got. But then let's go in with our block. So we're just going to go in, and then we're just going to then go in circular motions.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to start to sand off that top layer. You can go as light or as heavy as you want. And then we're going to work our way round and across.
Yeah.
And because this is a 3D folder, Ben, what's going to happen is you're going to get some of that colour that's been taken away on the very top layers, and then the bottom layers, bottom 2, bottom 3 layers, are still going to be untouched because you've got multiple levels of embossed detail, and therefore your sanding block is only going to touch the top layers, the top couple of layers, unless you want to go in at an angle and at a pinpoint, which you can do, individual sections. But if we go round and round and round, and then I go round and round, and then I start to then pull away from me, like so, and then work that in by pulling. So I always start circular motions, and then I turn it around, and then I start to pull towards me. And I'm only going to do kind of the first third to show. And then what we can then do is, well, of course, we've got all of the fine fibres that we've dusted off or sanded off. What we can do is take our stick pad, so our little dust it, and take that one out. And you don't have to open it and refold it. Keep it the way that it is. You can go over your card. And you can see all of that excess that's come off.
Yeah.
And then you can even just go onto your glass mat, surrounding areas.
Do you know what, Nicola, you just beat me to the punch there. So once can you wash that, or do you clean that, or what? Or does it just stay encapsulated in there?
It stays encapsulated in there, yeah. What you could do is you can keep using that side until it's fully covered, and then just go onto the opposite side. And then when that's done, fold it over, use that side, then use that side. Then when that's done, open it up, turn it. So it's like that. I was about to say it's like that never-ending card.
Yeah.
It will get to a point where you've used every single section. But for a good wee while, because that side I've just used, I could keep using for a lot longer.
Yeah.
Because even then, it's still slightly tacky where that is.
And you get 2, don't forget.
And you get 2 of them,
So,
of course, yeah. So it will last you a long time, but that's how you can just come along, start to then clean that off, buff that off. You've got that sanded back. If I turn that around, you can see that sanded back detail.
So good,
It's nice
mate.
and smooth. Maybe put a strip with a sentiment onto your card blank, and then that's it done. So from your vellum with your 3D, your vellum with your 2D, we've done double embossing. We've also done our toilet roll, kind of giving you that
That's so
handmade
cool.
paper. And then earlier on within Wake Up Call, I showed you simple 3D layer combination, 2D layer combination on mirror cardstock, and we're only 43 minutes into the show.
Lots we've done. There's more questions coming through as well, so I don't know if you want these now. We've got some requests as well. So I'll tell you what we do. I'll check. When we come back, I'll read all of the comments which I've not checked out yet. We'll fire the questions to Craig. There's also a few requests. So under the break, I can chat with producer Nick and Craig as to what we can do, and we can sort out all those bits and pieces for you. So if you have asked a question, or if you've asked for a request, stand by. We could be speaking to you very shortly. But more importantly than that, you do need to be checking this deal out now. We've got less than 40 of the showstoppers remaining, with the opportunity to buy that huge bundle of your take pens as well at a half price deal when it's in with your showstopper. Free gift, triple points, and of course that opens up your basket as well for your free shipping, and you'll need that tonight. Believe you me, Friday Night Live tonight is stacked full of deals. We've got loads of games, loads of fun, prizes, special guests, a lot. It's going to be amazing, so do make sure you come back tonight, and you'll need to come back to that show this evening because we have a little secret If you think you've seen it all, nah-uh. Whilst you get checked out and whilst we regroup, let us watch the marvellous Debbie Fisher, who's back next week, and here she is with all the details.
It's me. Hello guys, how are you all? I hope you're all really well. I just thought I'd jump on and say Happy New Year, because I haven't said Happy New Year to anyone yet. And I am back. Yes, I'm back on Crafters TV. I'm going to be there from Monday, literally all week. And I just can't wait, because there's been a real buzz about Crafters TV. We've come back this year full of beans and literally really looking forward to our crafting with you. I'm going to be sort of shaking it up a bit next week, because I really want to get back to basics, really get back to that, what people want, what you are looking for. I want your questions. I want you to literally message into the show, tell us what you want me to do, and I will try and do it. So forget Queen of Messy Crafting, I'm Queen of Mess It Up Crafting. So if anyone can do it wrong, I'll do it wrong for you and show you how not to do it. So ask your questions, get me to do anything. I really want to get to grips with more sort of a winging it demo, so trying out all these amazing products we have, but just showing what we can do as soon as we get it out of a packet or take it out of the box. So I can't wait to join you all next week. I'm looking forward to joining all the team. I'm looking forward to seeing you all. I'll be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. In fact, I'll be there all week. Sarah's popping in. She'll be doing the cart load on Thursday evening, and Friday night live I believe she's doing as well. But I'll be with you all week. So join the Crafters TV next week and pop in and say hello. See you then. Bye.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
Welcome back. Thank you for checking out, everybody. We are down to dangerously low levels of this kit now. If you want it, you gotta get it. We've got 35 remaining. Still people with unchecked baskets. Hi to Carleen Savary again. He says, it's nice to be back, Ben. I'm looking forward to being Platter Plus. Yes, coming soon. Sonia Rosman says, I got my first order out of all the orders I've had this week and last week, and the first one came yesterday. I'm loving all the stuff. Well, I'm loving that you are loving it, Sonia. I hope y'all are okay. Getting there. Emily Rapson, the self-named pant lady. Whatever happened to coloured toilet roll? It's such a good question, because you should be able to get it in all sorts of different shades, didn't you, to match your bathrooms.
Did you? I only thought you got white and you got ivory.
No, I remember like back in the 80s when like avocado was the colour to have in your bathroom, wasn't it? You could get like green toilet roll, blue toilet roll, pink toilet roll. Yeah,
Really?
you could get all the colours. That's such a good question.
I have to say though, I do have to say, and you know, I know it's a little bit like toilet talk. I much prefer the toilet roll of places like Home Bargains than any of the very, very expensive brands.
All right.
Yeah.
You heard it here first on Toilet Roll News. Emily's wondering, was it not environmentally friendly? I can't think why else it stopped. Me neither, Emily. I might have to Google. Evelyn says, I stayed at a hotel in Germany last month and they had baby pink TP. Well, there you go. Still doing the colours in Germany. Gillian said, would you tell your friend that their card is made out of toilet paper? Would be a good talking point and maybe an intro to Crafter's Companion.
That's very true. Very true, yes.
Betty Weaver, hello. PB Brewer Martin says, this chat encouraging us to play and answering questions are just a few of the many things that I love about Crafter's Companion. Thank you so much. Almost sounds like a craftermonial, that. Question from Carol Garwood Beard. Not related to the show, but it's fine. Always ask when we've got the guys in because they know. She says, I played with the Gilding flakes last night. OMG, they were everywhere. How do you keep them contained?
Good question. Good question. First and foremost, if you're playing with them, make sure you're playing with them in a bigger container. So once you open the container they come in, make sure you've got a larger container to decant them into and play with them in that. So you will never, I know, I say never. The other day, I know I was having a little bit of a play with them on the glass mat. I will always have the box of my Gilding flakes in front of me, and then I'm popping my Gilding flakes on the sticky cardstock while it's in that container. So get yourself inexpensive supermarket containers. We always have a laugh and a joke. Yes, you can use takeaway containers, the plastic ones. Just make sure they're thoroughly washed out and there's no grease or oil inside. But you want to make sure that you're using them within a larger area storage container. The other things, little things, make sure that the window's not opening. You guys stateside, make sure that the air conditioning's not on. If you've got a cold or that and you're sneezing all the time, anything that's going to, of course, cause the flakes to just then disperse upwards and everywhere, that sort of thing. You just want to then just try and contain that just to stop that happening. But the main tip I can give you is make sure that you're working in a bigger area of storage.
Shadai says we need to use our stash of embossing folders more often. Usually it stays in the package like an ornament. Yes, get your bits and pieces out, get using them. Craig, I like the technique, she goes on to say, using the black cardstock and then using white ink to colour over. That is epic. Sandy's loving the embossing folders. Jane has bought the beautiful powders, she says, and Altja joins us saying hi to Ben and Craig and all of the team. Question and then 2 requests. Genesis DeBose says, I'm still a bit new. Could you use gilding wax on the vellum after you did that embossing, Craig?
Absolutely. You could do it exactly the same way as I'm away to do in a minute onto the cardstock. So yes, absolutely. Same way.
One more question and then another request, and I know we're going to sort out 2 requests that you gave us a minute ago. Pat says, I'm presuming the frosted plate that Craig is using is the same as the white plate? She says, I have to work with my G2 later today because I have been having trouble with it, so I don't know if it's my plate configuration.
So say that again.
I'm presuming the frosted plate that Craig is using is the same as the white plate, she says.
No.
No.
So
just maybe remind Pat of the configuration again.
Yes. So your white plates are your cutting plates.
Yeah.
So you've got your cutting plates here. They're your white plates. And then your frosted plate is your shim.
Yeah.
That is your shim for the G2. Then, of course, you've got your magnetic shim.
I wonder, are you using plates from the original? Because they were clear plates, weren't they? The cutting plates were clear originally, weren't they? I wonder if that's the confusion, maybe.
That's right, yeah. The original Gemini, the cutting plates, as Ben said, were clear, but the frosted shim was also frosted.
Okay. Let us know, Pat. Hopefully that sorts it, hopefully. And I know you've got 2 requests lined up. We're going to look at gilding wax, we're going to look at colouring. Tammy's asking, can Craig show how to use the embossing folders in the Midi?
And we're going to do that.
Well, there we go.
We're going to do it right now while I do the technique with gilding wax and colouring in. So let's go in with our, actually let's just use my guillotine so I'm not wasting cardstock. So that is 4 by 6. So let's come to just under 4 inch, just under 6 inch. So we're going to use the Gilding wax for this one.
Okay.
That's why I'm using a darker colour. You can use Gilding wax on any colour cardstock, but just to show it off how good it is, I'm going to do it on darker card. This is the dark navy blue that you get included, 8x8. Then in a moment, what we will do is we'll use the Macron one, which is 5.5 by 5.5. So let's come just under 5.5 by just under 5.5 so that we're ready to go. There is the technique in the education that you get with it where you can watercolour, but we will do a little bit of alcohol colouring. But let's start with our card and our Gilding wax. I've taken, for anyone that wants to know, I have taken one of which, with the names being rubbed off, I want to say Empire Gold.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone wants to know. I know many of you like to know what it is that we are using or holding in our hands. So let's pop that into place, close that over. So this is a 3D embossing folder, so good way to explain the folders. So 3D embossing folder, oh no, I'm using the Midi, haven't I? Actually, I will use the Midi, but let's just explain our plates. So if you're using our G2 or our OG Gemini, what we're going to do for a 3D embossing folder, base plate, folder and card, magnetic shim, frosted shim. That's what you're going to be using for any of our 3D embossing folders. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to use the Midi. Now, the Midi with a 3D folder, you don't need anything.
Yes.
You don't need a shim or anything. I like to put a shim in and just a piece of cardstock.
Yes.
This is our black 300 GSM. I like to put it in just to enhance it a little bit more.
And that doesn't overload the machine then, does it?
No. I would say as long as you don't really go over the 300 GSM, you're going to be fine. And then if I lift that up, the depth
you can
and
see
the
it,
detail
Wowee.
that we've got is exquisite. It really, really is. But this is when we're going to come along and we're going to use our Gilding wax. Now, I must stress, Ben, it's not essential, it's not necessary that you have to use an additional shim. I like to do it just to enhance that little bit of the emboss, that wee bit more, but you don't have to. So let's take our Gilding wax.
And you could, of course, just run it through in the folder, and then if it wasn't as much as you wanted, then rerun it through again with that shim, right?
As long as it's not moved.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get kind of like a dropped shadow effect.
Yes.
So we're going to go in. Now, most people will do this in the same way. You can use a blending tool if you want, Ben, but I would highly, highly recommend, unless it's maybe like a medium that your skin reacts to, because you're going straight onto your finger here, then I would always recommend, if you can, use your finger. You're in full control of the pressure, going light, going heavy. It's entirely up to you, and you know by the feel as to how much or how little. If you're using a tool like a blending tool, sometimes because of the way that you're holding it or you're holding the sponge, you've not got that accurate kind of pressure that you're wanting. You maybe feel as though you're not putting on enough, but you've actually put too much pressure. There really is, your finger is the best way to be using your wax. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that it's flat, and then little and often. So I'm taking some of that off, and then I'm keeping my fingers, so my finger pretty much is straight.
Yeah.
So if I come at the angle there, or it's not, you can't, there, that way, there we go. So if I go there, can you see how my finger is pretty much straight, Ben?
Yes.
It's not at an angle, it is pretty much laid straight. So the base of my hand just here is essentially placed onto my cardstock, and I'm just rubbing that in. I'm going back in with that excess that I've got, and then we can start to build up that little bit of pressure should we want to. So we're just going in. Can I ask, what is that squeaking noise? I've heard it all. It's the radiator, that's what it
I've just
is.
got me, I just knock it now and again as I'm just sort of sorry.
I don't know, it's just, you know, it happened in wake-up call, and I'm thinking, what's that noise? Completely forgetting about the radiator. That's why if I ever kept looking up at you, you know how every now and again you catch me looking at you?
Yeah.
And like, it's because
Shortly after you'd heard this.
Squeak. That's it, no, that's it. I did, now that makes sense.
Have you got your, oh no, you haven't got your radiator on today, have you?
No, I'm hot stuff today.
I see, I was roasting yesterday. I'm cold as ice today.
You're cold as ice.
You're willing to sacrifice.
Now look how fab this is coming along. And I can still intensify that in certain areas, certainly because it's 3D. We can go in, really start to work it in. Have a look on the website if you've not got Gilding wax.
Yeah.
Because it's an incredible medium, a medium that originated from upcycling home furniture.
In Marseille, wasn't it? Pebier comes from as well.
Look at that. Isn't that fab?
Beautiful.
Absolutely fabulous. And there's still in the raised details, I could go a little bit more heavier handed if I wanted to. So that is 3D folder with the MIDI and Gilding wax. So let's set that one. Where's my pile of stuff that I've been doing, which is there. Right, then let's grab Ben. Let's go in now with the Macron 3D folder.
Yes.
So the 5.5 by 5.5, and we'll do a little bit of alcohol colouring. Let's just clean that one off. And a little bit of kitchen roll. Take that one off. If you ever struggle getting the medium of your Gilding wax off, use our stick away spray, or you can use, if you've still got hand sanitizer at home, you can use something like that. That would work as well. But the 3D folder, so let's bring this one in.
Well, that's beautiful, that one, isn't it?
It really is
The
beautiful.
macro
isn't it?
floral.
Bringing in our card. Now this is just a white smooth card. If you're going to do watercolouring, use your watercolour card. You get that included anyway.
You do.
So we're going to close that one over, and then what we're going to do, I've just realised they're both 3D folders, not that it matters. What we're going to do is we're going to run it through. I'm going to do the same again, Ben. I'm just going to add my own little shim here. Not essential, but I just find it just adds that teeny little bit of a punch, so much so.
That
just
flew out.
Bounced out. Turn that around.
Yes,
And
sir.
look at that. It's as if it's been like a moulded, like a clay mould.
Clay mould, it does.
And you've gone in with your clay.
Oh, incredible.
Incredible, isn't it? What I will do, just before we colour, let's MIDI, finish that question. Let's do a 2D.
Just whilst you're 2Ding,
Yeah.
Lynn is asking, how quick does gilding wax take to dry?
It's done.
Right.
It's done. Yep. That's it.
So
So
you can't be smudged.
not straight away. To smudge it, you really have
Right.
to.
Purposely, like.
Purposely.
But if you brushed against it, you'd be good.
Oh, if you brushed against it, you'd be fine. You have to really press to even attempt to slowly smudge it.
Yeah.
Now, your 2D embossing folder, what you're going to use is you're going to use your shim that comes with the MIDI. Don't use
No.
your frosted shim that comes with your Gemini. That says Gemini 2 on it. So you're going to keep that for your Gemini 2. You're going to use the shim that comes with the Gemini Midi. And then you're going to then run that one through. But once again, I just like to add that extra little bit of a shim. Run that one through here, like so. Lift that one up. And now we've got our chevrons. That's in watercolour card. So I could use my explosion powders, what they're called? Colour Creations. You should know what they're called by now.
I like explosion powders, though.
Well,
sounds more exciting.
I call them that because that's essentially
what
what
they-
they are.
yeah.
They explode with water. Not actually explode, but explode with the actual colour. So let's go back into this one here. Now, even although it's embossed, Ben, we still want to colour onto a scrap bit of cardstock. You're going to act as though that the line is a stamped line. So although it's embossed, what you're going to do is let's just pretend that those lines are a stamped line. So that's what you're going to be colouring up to. So if I use the dark red blend, and I'm going to, let's start in here. So we're going to come along and we are treating it as though it's a stamped edge.
Yeah.
So therefore, what we're going to do is we're going to colour in the exact same way, but instead of a stamped edge, we're going up to that embossed edge. So I'm going to go round there to start with, and because it's alcohol colouring, I'll go around that outer edge myself with the light pen, and then we're going to colour that one in. So you do want to have, as always, that nice saturation of the light tone. You don't have to worry so much. It will bleed underneath, but you don't need to worry too much about your glass mat. Still put a bit of scrap card underneath, because what you need to remember is that's debossed, so that's actually not getting in contact with your glass mat.
Yes.
Because it's raised upwards. Still put a bit of card underneath just in case, to make sure, but we're going to go in with that light tone first. So I'm doing nothing different than if it was a stamped outline. So let's colour, making sure we've got that good saturation. I'm going to fine out those edges here, work my way along into here, into the point, and then neatening that up like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then come along, and then I'm going to now go in with that darker shade.
Nicola's just asking, so like you would a stamp, because it's an alcohol marker, you're just going, you just choose a petal by petal, section by section, yeah?
Section by section. I can't reiterate enough, Ben. The only difference is as an embossed out edge instead of a stamped outer edge.
Theoretically, making it a little bit easier to colour, really, I guess.
some ways, yeah. In some ways. It's as if you've done heat embossing.
Yeah.
Instead of a heat embossed edge, you've got a raised edge. But everything else, you're going to colour in the exact same way. So colour in with the, depending on how you do alcohol colour, and I always say this, I do it slightly different to Debbie Robinson, do it slightly different to Debbie, do it slightly different to Lily.
Got to do what works for you, though, really, haven't you?
Someone has popped them in the wrong order. I thought, that's awful. Like, actually, I don't need to worry, because I've gone on with the mid-tone. It should have been the dark tone, but that's fine. The dark's going to cover the mid-tone. So I'm just making sure, yep. So someone's pranking me.
I wonder who that could be.
Who could that be?
Nicola blames Debbie Robinson. Oh, she was in last week.
But who else has been in all this week?
Sarah Davies. Well, it's your opportunity to take that up with her tonight on Friday Night Live.
Now, you're
as
right.
friends become foes.
I blame Debbie Robinson.
Yeah, blame Debbie. It's probably easier. Don't blame the CEO.
No.
No, it's probably a bad thing to do.
No. I do want my paycheck at the end of the month.
Exactly right. So, just whilst you're colouring as well, let me just read a few comments, because there's loads coming through. Emma Bailey sorted out the mystery about why we don't get coloured loo roll anymore. Apparently, it's to do with the colour chemicals going into the water stream. That is a good thing.
Do you really need mint green toilet roll?
Not really. I mean, it does sound pretty cool, but, you know, it's only going one place, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter what colour it is.
Just to clarify as well, for those that know, which many of you do, I do have visitors around the house.
Yeah.
So I do still need to make sure there's toilet roll in the house.
Yes.
You know, you know.
Cara Jameson Broughton says, I only started watching this week, even though I've been using CC products for years, and boy, have I been missing out. Boy, you have. But I've caught the odd show over the years, but I'll be watching every day from now. Thank you. Make sure you watch tonight as well. There is something very secret coming your way, and it is not the fact that yours truly is dressing up CEO's orders, but there's something else happening this evening as well, which you'll definitely want to be here for. I mean, you want to see me in a dress anyway, don't you? But that's not the exciting thing. That's the funny thing. The exciting thing is something I can't tell you about until you come to the show. Do you want some more questions whilst you're colouring, or do you want to explain more? Or
So all that I'm doing now, Ben, as if it was a stamped image, I'm going on to my next section, and we're going in. I've drawn around my outer edge with my light tone.
Yeah.
So we got, obviously, a moment ago we got a little bit mixed up. So let me just quickly explain that again, and then we can answer questions. Now that I've gone in with my light tone, what I can then do is go into my dark tone, and then I'm going to follow that around here. I like to come in about a third of the way with that dark tone. So what I was leading on to a moment ago is I'll do it slightly different to how Debbie does it, how Debbie Robinson does it, how Lily does it, but the end result is exactly the same. I like to do it, you'll find this is Leanne's way. You'll see that Leanne will do it this way when it comes to alcohol colouring with a 3-tone blend, and that's how I do it. You find your way. As long as you're happy with that end result, then you just keep doing it your way.
I'm going to get the Embossing Crafting showstopper, says Cheryl. Get it quickly, because we've got less than 30 of these now remaining, and once they are gone, they are gone. And if you are getting it, make sure you pick up your bonus buy of those glue tape pens as well. Oh, Pat says, well, I have to run to the store before the next show. I definitely will be re-watching this show, though. Thank you, Craig, for all the wonderful tips.
You are welcome.
Wendy Macbeth says, my first Gilding flakes have just this minute arrived, and I'm frantically looking for a tray to use them in. I may need to embrace the chaos. And Shadiah says, I really do appreciate the game changer of the programmes to spend the hour or two as we shop to answer questions, do demos as requested. I think this gives us a real sense of whether this is a product for us or not. Thank you. And also,
Never thought of it in that way, actually.
Yeah, I also think it's great for the fact that, we hear from so many of you that you bought XYZ and then never got it out of the packet or the box. And then a show will then come along and you're like, oh, I've already got that, but I never used it. And then it gives you the kind of push in the right direction to go, right, get it out, let's show you how to use it. Because if you're buying stuff, you may as well use it, right?
Of course, absolutely.
I placed 3 orders this week, says Cara, and I cannot wait for them to arrive. And Shaddai says, Lord Ben, free panto tonight, so I will be glued here, cooking done. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a...
Cooking what?
Cooking done.
Oh, done.
Yeah. What did you think I said? Cooking dung. What did he think? Sorry, what did he think? Dung. Yeah, that's what I said. Cooking dung. No, she's not cooking dung. She's cooking done. Finished. Yeah, it's not. I mean, yeah. I basically, Tara came to see the panto. I was the dame, and I jokingly went, "Oh, wouldn't it be funny if?" And then she was like, "We're doing it, man." And then that's how it's happened.
How long have you worked with Sarah now? You know, don't put an idea like that in Sarah's mind.
No, I know.
Because you'll end up doing it.
I can't pretend that it's going to be fun. Let's see what you guys make of it. It's just me in the dress, basically, with a bit of makeup on, telling a few gags.
Do you know what you should do?
With the voice as well. Yeah, yes?
You should time-lapse yourself changing into...
Time-lapse myself changing?
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of guy. Or gal.
No, but you do know what I mean.
Time-lapse myself doing the makeup?
Yeah, or your makeup.
The only thing with the makeup, though, I could do that, but I always need a bit of a hand. If I'm going to put on the false eyelashes, I've got these magnetic ones, and they're really hard to put on, so I might have to get someone's help putting the eyeliner on, and then sticking the fake eyelashes on. Anyway, we'll see how far we go with that.
It's going to be good, isn't it?
Lucky says, I can't wait until Friday Night Live. If it's anything like this week and last with news and excitement, I'm there. I've also got a little cash to burn. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be silly. There's prizes. There's games. There's your makes on the gallery. And there's that big secret coming your way as well. I do have 2 questions.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want them whilst you're colouring or Or
Yeah,
what?
I'm
Or
just
whether you
finishing
chat
off
some
this,
more?
but yeah, go for it.
Catherine says, my embossing and cut and emboss folders seem to bend in the Midi. She says, as you can't flip and turn them like plates, how can you prevent this happening, please? Well, I think you can flip and turn them, can you not?
Cut and emboss folders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you just do the same, right?
exactly, yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter which way round the cut bit is on the folder, does it?
No, not at all. Not at all. So yeah, cut and emboss folder. Remember, all cut and emboss folders are 2D, so you're going to use that shim that you get with it. But then, yeah, this is one of those things. It doesn't really do it justice, Ben, until you've completed the full image.
Yeah.
But I've shown you the way of colouring in with the individual techniques. And in actual fact, even our... Ben, can you come here a minute?
Oh.
Only because I just want you to kind of, well, hopefully you'll vouch for me. That looks so different here than on screen, doesn't it?
Oh, the screen doesn't do that justice at all.
Because that's all blended
Yeah,
round.
that blend. Yeah, that's so weird.
Isn't that so
It
weird?
on screen, it looks like you've already done anything, but does it look different on the overhead?
Yeah, it looks totally different. What we're going to do is, I know just shortly we're going to go for a break, so I'm going to go through to the gallery and let the guys see just that difference, because...
You don't have to prove yourself to us,
No,
mate.
I know, but it's just a shame that it's not showing it off there. It will, of course, if you're doing it at home.
Is that just our TV monitors, you think? I wonder if people at home are screaming, going, "Oh, we can see it, we can see it."
The way that it looks is we've just gone in with the light tone and
Yeah.
just coloured it in with the light tone, doesn't it?
There is a bit of a difference. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So really, that was just obviously to show how you can do it an individual petal, even although it's embossed, and not necessarily when it comes to a stamped outline. So yes, you can absolutely do that, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go, you're fine. I'm all right for like 3 seconds while you go across there. I'm totally profesh in the way that you colour it through. You can do it with 2D folders as well, but I always think that floral look of a 3D folder to alcohol colour or water-based colour, then of course you can do that. Are you over there yet?
Just got here. Quick question, Craig, and this is, again, not to do with embossing, but about how to make a larger card. I don't know if you can answer Janice's question. She says, I'm using 2 pieces of card to make a large card. Where is best to put the overlap join?
It's entirely up to yourself. Entirely up to yourself. So you will know if, let's say for instance, you do a 7x7 card. You will know Debbie Robinson, this is just a rough explanation. She'll cut one sheet to 7 inches, 7x7. The other sheet she'll cut 7 by 7.5. She'll score at that extra ½ an inch, and then she'll fold that one over the back. Alternatively, what you can do, cut 2 sheets to 7x7, and on one of them, do a score line, and then of course, just join that score line. It just means the inside isn't going to be a true 7x7 because you've got that score line. You guys know, I'll put my hands up, you know that I don't really use made card blanks. No. I always use pre-made card blanks. In the UK, we are fortunate, we've got abundance of different sizes. Actually, Nicola, can I just quickly show that? Can I just show that? Because I'm conscious of the fact. Tell you what, I better not use the colour card that comes with the embossing. Let's take, so I've got 2 sheets here. Let's just say, I know I said 7x7, but let's do this 6x6. So what you can either do, this is entirely up to yourself. If I take a scoreboard, you can either go to the top line. So this is, if I remember correctly, this is what, so this is the way that I would tend to do it if I do need to make my own. So what I'll do, Ben, is I'll score at about ½ an inch, and then that I will stick to the top of my card blank. The only thing you need to remember is that's not exactly 6x6 now.
Yeah.
That's 6 by 5.5. So you can either do it that way, or what you can do, what size have we got here that's left over? Right, let's say. So you can either do what I've shown you a minute ago, or let's say we want to do it a 5x5, cut it So that's 5 by 5.5. Score at that extra half.
Yeah.
Score that, fold that over the back, and then now your card front and your card inside is a true measurement to that size.
Would you then cover that join though, like with a bit of paper or another bit of
That
card?
join.
Or yeah, would you personally just leave it as is?
If I was to do it, which I don't
you
make
would-
them,
no.
but if I would cover that because I don't want to see that edge. Maybe take a lace edgeable die,
Oh, that's a nice
cut your
idea.
cardstock, layer that over the top, maybe just do a square matting layer. If you do it this way, yes, you've not got that full true square edge because you've got that fold, but that will eliminate the step of having to have that join. Hopefully that makes sense. That's why I wanted to actually physically do it. So you've got the two options to go for. I'm not going to tell fibs because you guys know I use pre-made card blanks. But if you do, like both Debbies do, that's 2 ways in which you can do it.
We've got 28 of these showstoppers left, by the way. Janice Meljoin just saying, I'm late, but I'm glad to be here with Crafters TV. Well, Janice, we are glad that you are here. Jules Gordon, one of the stars of our Craftimonial, says, OMG, I've just sorted out my spare room as it has been used for storage and found 2 boxes of goodies from Crafter's Companion that I forgot about. What's in the boxes, Jules? Dish the dirt, let us know. I stated earlier, says Stephanie, I got the Showstopper bundle. I couldn't pass up the items that came for free, plus the tape pens, even though I recently restocked them for the savings. Good thing about that is, though, you will always need more tape pens. So whilst they're on such a brilliant offer, 24 quid or 12, if you buy them the Showstopper, then you've gotta do it. Ben, says Amanda, I do hope that you're going full makeup tonight. Yes. It's going to be a busy hour in between shows getting ready for all of that. I might genuinely, like tonight, because I think I'm bothered then to like take it all off after the show. So I might just drive home with my makeup on, just hope I don't get pulled over by the police. I mean, why would I? Because I always drive very sensibly.
You weren't last night when I was behind you.
I always drive very sensibly.
Yeah, you were.
I got more sensible as I got older. And thank you everybody for confirming that we obviously have problems with our TVs here in the studio. No, the shading looked great, says PB Brewer Martin. It looks blended on my screen, says Kim. And Karen Wells Sorrell says, it looks blended and very pretty to me. So
Brilliant.
we need some new TVs, guys. Yeah, can we sort out the TVs in here? That'd be great. I've not crafted anything since before the new year, says Stephanie. I guess I've been watching CTV and trying to organise my own little craft warehouse since. Hi, says Jules. Hope you're all having a good day today. We are. And Catherine says, thank you, Craig. Now, what is this relating to? Is this the question about the cut and emboss folders? Oh, she says, but as I see it, you could only turn them over or pass them through the machine the other way round. Is that what he means? So you can flip your embossing folder over like that, can't you? Over like that. Or you can put it round the other way as well, can't you? You can feed it in both ways.
Yeah. So let's say, for argument's sake, this had a die.
Oh, I see what I think she means. Like, because yes, I see what. I think you can't, obviously the emboss is there, so you can't do that and bend it that way. I think that's what you mean. Obviously you can't do that, can you?
No.
But you could...
But what you could then obviously run that one through. If you need to do it again, you can turn it that way.
Yeah.
If you need to. We always say go with the hinge first, but if you need to, you can go in that way if you have to. We'd always try and go hinge first, but yeah, you can cut them in both ways. But yeah, if you're meaning actually folded backwards, no, you can't do it that way.
I think that's answered the question. I think and I hope. Thank you, though. If it hasn't, fire a question in again. 3:25, goodness me. I've just been told, well, not just been told, about 10 minutes ago, whilst Craig was demoing, producer Nicola was in my ear going, oh, get hold of that stash and stack deal. I cannot believe the amount of these we have sold. Well, I can and I can't. We have sold literally hundreds of this deal today. Hopefully we have a deep stock, producer Nicola. We do, thank goodness for that. So continue to buy these in your hundreds, and producer Nicola says you are welcome to multi-order on them. you are going to get your stash and stack storage box. Our box here doesn't have the dividing slats in there. You will get those included. So, and you guys know the drill on this by now. You've seen these over and over. Not at this great deal though. Look here, you can see all these slats that you've got down the side there. We give you little slats that you can pop into these to divide this up into compartments. And what's great is that you can make the compartments as big or as small as you want them to be, thus making this so craftable and brilliant for storing all sorts in. If you want to take all of those out and just use the huge space that you've got here, then of course you can do that as well. You don't have to have those slats in, you can keep those to one side, which again makes this, as I say, even more brilliant for storing all sorts of different pieces in. Super tough, the quality on this. So as I say, you know, this is meant to be the kind of thing that you can quickly grab and chuck in the back of the car. You've got the purple handles on both ends there. You can hear that as those lock into place. Everything is going to stay in there nice and secure. And then of course on the lid as well, you've got that indent, which allows you to be able to stack more of these boxes on top of each other. So feel free to multi-order on them. And that's not just the deal here, because yes, you're going to buy this for your craft stuff. You're going to buy it for, you know, those bits and pieces that you've got lying around in those drawers at home. The kids' toys, like those building blocks, might go in there. If you've got a daughter or a granddaughter who loves the Barbie dolls, all the clothes and the shoes and the accessories get all over the place. Perfect for storing those in. If you've or if you yourself love fishing, storing your fishing tackle in there. DIY items can go in there. All sorts of different bits and pieces, camping equipment, you name it, you can store it. That's not the deal today though. £8 or $8 for the box is incredible. We then give you within that deal the gilding flakes as well. And if you've been watching the shows this week, you are now all gilding flake experts, I would imagine. So many hints, tips and techniques have been coming your way this week on the shows. So we're giving you your set of carnival colours, 50 mil in each of those pots. You're getting your midnight mauve, you're getting your deep iris, that beautiful purple, and the lapis blue. These have sold in the hundreds. Feel free to multi-order now. It's a combination of two of your favourite things, I think, because whenever we do the deals on the stash and stack, they fly out the door. Teaming them up with gilding flakes, that's why we've sold hundreds of these today. It should be 25 quid. 36 bucks. It is £8 or $8. And again, just for those of you who have rejoined or joined again today, that's your free gift today, your Happy Holidays die set. When you spend 10, that will automatically be added to your basket. I believe it is still one per customer. You are also going to get your $50 free shipping if you're in the US. The easiest way to be able to do that, of course, is to get your showstopper, which has been priced brilliantly for everything that you get. And then you will automatically get your free shipping, tagged for all of the deals which are coming your way in Friday Night Live, and Triple Point. Triple Point runs until the end of play on Sunday. Obviously, Friday Night Live will be the last live show of the week. So just don't forget that across the weekend. If you think of something else that you might need, you know, we're not here to remind you. I'm telling you now that Triple Points are available up until the end of the weekend. That was fun, wasn't it? Right, now let's go to Craig, who has got an unbelievable deal on a goodie bag.
I have indeed. I have indeed. So, all of this. Now, if you've seen Wake Up Call, I'm kind of going to change the actual value as to what you're paying for. I've readjusted it and it actually is going to be better for you guys. So this is what I said in Wake Up Call. You're still going to get it all anyway, but this is what I said in Wake Up Call. That is what you are paying for when it comes to the platinum price. That's what you're paying for platinum price, essentially, £16.24. In actual fact, Ben, it works out even better. This is what you're paying for, and everything else, including that folder, is free.
Nice.
Even better. So platinum price, £16 or $24. You're going to be getting your 5x7 stitched edge nesting dies, not plain edge. They are different from what we launched at birthday. We have got stitched edge nesting dies, and we've got our Violet Studio 6x6 card block, 30 sheets, 180 GSM. That's what you're paying for. Everything else is free. So what is free? Your Harlequin Days 3D embossing folder for free. You're going to be getting your embossing board is free.
It's a teddy.
Teddy, it's a
Teddy.
butterfly, milk bottle, it's tags, little birdhouse there. This you can use with your Ultimate Pro, you don't have to. Tape your card down, use your repositionable spray, and then start to emboss. Go to YouTube, see how you can use all of these. That's in there for free. You're going to be getting the brick wall from Sheena. That is there for free. 2D 6x6, free. Talking to Sheena, what about from Crystal's Visions? That's in there for free. That's a 3D embossing folder that's 6x6 for free.
Crystal Vision.
Then you've got your vintage Vegas to me. You've got your vintage Vegas Ace of Spades. It's Ace of Spades. It's Ace of Spades. 4x6 2D. That's in there for free. From your Sarah's Fairy Glade, obviously it only launched a couple of months ago, back end of last year. That's in there for free. That is then 6x6, but it's also 3D. Look at the depth of it, and that, the finished example, is that's been coloured in. Alcohol-based, water-based, entirely up to yourself. Into the woods for free. Then what about the stonework, the cracked wall, 2D, 5x7 embossing folder? That's in there for free. Then also for free,
wow,
lime soda. That's there. This is giving you your shimmer pearlescent ink pad. So it's water-based, stamp with it, blend with it, do all your water techniques with it, paint with it, of course, layer over your stencils, you can do that. Essentially what it's doing, start to then wipe that over your white card, turns your cardstock into Centura Pearl lime soda coloured card. And then also Cosmic Purple. That
Brilliant,
one there is, earlier on I said it was the pearlescent, which it is, but this is the gold one.
Gold.
This gives you the gold shimmer within that Cosmic pearlescent shimmer. Absolutely beautiful. That is in there for free. So again, Ben, you are paying for your 6x6 Violet Studio card block, and you're going to be paying for your Stitch Edge nesting dies. £16, $24, but for free, you're getting your shimmer gold, your shimmer, your brick wall embossing folder, Into the Woods 3D folder, plain cards 2D embossing folder. You've then got your sort of damask 3D embossing folder, brick wall 2D embossing folder. Is that 2D?
Think it. Yes, I think
Yes, it is 2D. You've got there your Harlequin Days 3D embossing folder, and then you're also going to be getting your scoring board. All of that, Ben, is for free. You are essentially only paying for two things. If you're not platinum, not in Club Inspired, you're £20, $30, still exceptional value, but when it comes to the platinum price, phenomenal. It's already been busy, so keep that in mind. You're paying for two, and you're getting all of that for free.
Quick question and comment. Betty Weaver's with us. Hello, Betty.
Hi, Betty.
She says, I have a stash and stack in each car without halo in them, as they have little bits that I was worried about losing. Oh, jumps, a dead battery.
I looked at that on QVC.
Oh, sorry. I have a stash and stack in each car with our halo.
Tool.
Ah.
Yeah, really, I was so tempted.
See, I've got one that you can plug into the cigarette lighter that inflates your tyres.
Right, yeah. You can do that with the halo.
Ah, right. And you can restart the car as well.
You can restart the car as well. You've got even jump leads and everything like that, yeah. Yeah, it's brilliant. If it comes up as another TSV on QVC, I'm tempted.
Hello. Question from Stephanie Theodos. She says, I had to leave Wake Up Call early and I'd asked a question, but I don't know if it was answered. I didn't see it, so no, it wasn't. So let's ask it now. Any tips, Craig, on a best way to store lots of embossing folders? I probably have over 100.
So you can actually do what I'm in the process of doing, and I started it yesterday. I've got a couple of weeks, got annual leave coming up in February that I'm going to continue, and that is, so I do the square cubes, you know, IKEA, the Kallax units. IKEA. So what I do is I've got mount board, inexpensive mount board off of eBay, stuff like that, and I've chopped it to get with my guillotine to 12 by 12, and I actually section them off. You can, if you want to, you can then store them in other ways, you know, your stash and stacks, etc., etc. But what I'll do is I'll maybe put my outline embossing folders, then I'll then put a sheet of the mount board in front of it, then I'll then bring in my intricate embossing folders, put a bit of mount board in front of it. So I section off all my collections, and I do that again with my 3D ones. So that's just the way that I do it. Go in with the cubes if you've got them, and then just section them off with a mount board or a heavyweight cardstock. Other than that, it could just be sectioning them up, maybe storage boxes, clear storage boxes, section them in that way. But for me, I'm a big advocate, and it's only personal for me, and that is keeping everything in the original packaging. I know not everyone's lucky to have space, although I'm running out of space. So I know many people will need to take it out. If you do, write on the back where it's from, the actual name of it. Other than that, I keep it in original packaging, and then I store them in bundles or collections.
Brilliant. I think that is us up to date. Hello, Jeffrey says good afternoon, Ben and Craig, and also to Helen Martin, who says, I love those boxes. It is now time to have a break. We are down to 20 odd of these showstoppers left now, so it is really last chance saloon on those. That also, of course, brings you the last few chances to get your hands on the bonus buy. If you need a recap on all of that, happy to do it when we come back from this short break. You just let me know. But let's have a break. Any requests, any questions, fire those in. And when we come back, we will be wrapping up this show. Right now, it's a break with the lovely Patricia with her craftimonial.
Hi everyone, challenge accepted. Checking in to let everybody know what Crafter's Companion means to me, and I thought I'd take a page out of Ben's book and do a parody of his parody. Apologies in advance for the lack of a singing voice. There once was a lass who was very crafty, and she tuned every day into CTV. Learning was fun, how could this be? Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. She set her alarm for 4 a.m. to check out the new daily bargain. Monday through Friday she'll do it again. Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. Sarah, Ben, and the Double Debbies, Leanne, Sheena, and the Hottie Scotty. You'll find them all on CTV. Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. When I tell you the tale of CTV, it's guaranteed fun for you and me. Programs for everyone to see. Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. I love you, CTV. Thank you.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. That's, yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. And I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass.
Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being with us. We have got 20 minutes left on this show. Let me reiterate, tonight is going to be a night on Friday Night Live, first one of the year. First time on Friday Night Live that we've had 3 people. First time on Friday Night Live that Craig is the official host. And first time on Friday Night Live that we've had Sarah on the show and a pantomime dame. Yes, I will be dressing up for your lols this evening after telling Sarah as a lol, as a joke. She's like, oh yeah, we'll do a whole show of 2 hours. So that's going to be fun. But, no, I'm never joking with Sarah ever again. But that is one of the many reasons you'll tune in, because there's all that fun with us 3, and you guys love it when there's 3 of us on the show. We've got all the games that you usually love, so Facebook versus YouTube again, which means there's chances for you to win prizes, which means there is chances for you to get interactive with us, have some fun, have a laugh. We've also got your Friday Night Faves, so if you sent in any pictures of your makes recently, and when I say recently, I'm talking about potentially this could be before Christmas, because we obviously haven't done a show. So if you sent any pics in, let's say from December onwards, watch, because your pic could feature, and if it does and you spot it, you can then claim the bonus points that we're going to be giving. Also in that show tonight, price drops, which you love, and something very exciting, which I can't say too much more about. You'll have to tune in for the start of the show to find out what is going on in that show. It is a secret, but all will be revealed at the start. And it's Craig, it's Sarah, it's me in a dress. I mean, why would you not want to tune in? And that's secret. Before we go in this show, though, let's tell you we have the Embossing Crafting Showstopper available, but we are running out of stock on this. Have we got an up-to-date official number? We will find out here. So you're going to get 2 of your embossing technique kits, embossing folder technique kits, 52 elements inside each one, but you're getting 2. So that is 104 elements in total. Craig is going to show you this in more detail in just a second, but that is set 1 this side, that is set 2 this side. They'll become individually bagged for you as well. So if you want to keep one and give one away, you can. If you want to keep one and then have one there for when friends and family want to craft with you, you can. There are 26 more chances to get this deal, which includes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 embossing folders. 12 embossing folders, 2D, 3D, and different shapes and sizes. You've got 18 sheets of watercolour cardstock, which Craig will show you again in different sizes, 24 sheets of your 8x8 core card, and then 18 of your white cardstock panels. You're going to get 8 lots of stamps, or 8 stamps, acrylic stamps in there, 2 of your dust it cloths. You're going to get 2 sanding blocks, and then you're going to get 18 pieces of vellum panels included as well in different sizes. Those are £30 each. They're £29.99, so let's round it up, it's easier. £30 each, so it should be 60. So the majority of you are platinum. There you go. Have both kits and have £10 off. Get your free gift as well because you spent your tenner, and have your free shipping and triple points. That's brilliant. But for the next 26 people, you get all of this for free. All of this for free. I love that noise. What was that? All of this for free when you get the deal. So I'm talking about 4 of your water reactive ink pads in those beautiful colours. You've got crushed velvet, you've got Oasis, you've got frosty jade, you've got lemon tonic, you have got 80 sheets of your cardstock as well. It's the Centura Pearl in the pastels, all of those beautiful colours, plus you have got your fresh white 40 sheets, 80 sheets in total. All of this is free, do not forget. Plus, you're going to get your blending tool with the replacement head. You're going to get the shimmer spray from the Enchanted Oceans collection. You're going to get another 3D embossing folder with beautiful stamp. You've got your holly and candles 3D embossing folder. You've got your birthday cupcake 3D embossing folder. You've got all of those beautiful sentiments from the Majestic Unicorn collection, 8 of those, and the Fairy Glade 3D embossing folder from said collection. All of that is absolutely free. You should be paying £155 or $193. You are not. You are paying 50, and that is that. And then for the next 26 people, you get access to the bonus buy, which is our tape pen, our glue tape pen refill, no less, and you are getting 30 meters of stick on your roll. Plus, you will get 1 refill in this box. We will then give you another refill twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. And then, once you pop that into your basket with your showstopper, halve that price on the screen, 12 quid or 20 bucks. I don't think I have ever seen a more ridiculous deal as far as core product like our tape pens is concerned. So snap that up. Next 26 people. It could well be gone by now because we have people putting stuff in baskets all the time. But do not wait, do not delay. And if you want to see it in more detail with Craig, here he goes, just taking you through everything so you can see everything bit by bit by bit.
Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's look at the embossing folders first. So what we've got is our 4x6. You can see we've got our 4x6 chevron embossing folder, and it's 2D. What you've also then got is your 6x6 2D, and that one there is your snowfall, but of course it could be raindrops or just a nice texture. It could be confetti actually as well, if you want to do. So what you've then got is you've then got your 3D, your 2D folder into your 3D folder, which is this one here, Macron Floral. Now this one is 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and that one is 3D. Then what you've also got is the studded leather. So that is 4x6, and that one is also 3D, so that's in there. Then what we've got in there for you guys is also a 4x6 3D embossing folder. Lovely floral embossing folder. That's there. And then you're also then going to be getting a 5x7 3D damask embossing folder. So that's in there when it comes to your folders. Now, yes, do you know what, Ben? You've got all of these. Yes, you're going to duplicate, send them away to people, gift them away, you know, for all I know, just sell them if you want to. You've got the extra one. But then what you've also got is sentiment stamps. You've then got 4 of your sentiment stamps there. Just a note, thank you, send in love, congratulations. So that's in there. Then what we're also going to be giving you is 12 sheets of 8x8 core cardstock. So you are getting 6 colours, and then you're going to be getting 2 of each one. Remember, you are going to be doubling on everything. You're getting 2 of everything. That is, of course, your card. You're then going to be getting your dust-it sheet that I was using earlier on to show you. Nice, clean, and it will last you a while because you can use the same side over and over again, then just keep flipping until you've then used the whole lot up. So you've got that. You've even then got your sand and block. That's in there as well. But then what we're also doing is we're giving you an array of cardstock. Quite smooth cardstock, 4x6, 5x7, 6x6. So if you want to do your alcohol colouring like I done with the macro floral, you can do. We're then giving you watercolour card. We're giving you that 4x6. We're giving you that in 5x7 and 6x6. So you can do your watercolour if you want to. That's in there. And then we're also then going to be giving you your vellums in there. 4x6, 5x7, 6x6. Just to say, within each one of those sets, you are going to be getting 9 in total. So you're going to be getting 3, 3, and 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So each of these you've got 9 in total. So all of them, you've got 4x6, you've then got 5x7, and then you've got 6x6 as well. Vellum, quite smooth, and of course your watercolour cardstock. That's going to open up the ability for you guys then to then of course do all the techniques that you've got as well. You've got 4 videos with myself stepping you through different techniques too. You've got the tutorials there within a little booklet that comes with it. And then you've got all the other techniques that you see me and the 2 Debbies do here on Crafters TV that you can then create. And if you are keeping it all for yourself, you're going to then get all the extra cardstock, because of course you're doubling with your collection. But yeah, individually packed, so it's really good for things such as gifting, craft clubs, or maybe you want to then, maybe you just want to give it to someone that's starting crafting.
Howdy, Wendy Myers. He says, howdy, everyone. Howdy. Sister P4, I can't show you because we haven't got it in the studio unless Craig has it, but I can tell you what it is. She says, can you show the goodie bag that comes with the Dauber kit? So it's the Dauber kit, plus you get 6 ink pads with it. I'm remembering this from last night, but it's 6, I want to say, pigment ink pads that you're going to get. In fact, it's making so much noise, isn't it? I would never do that. He's gone to get it. Best investment, says Betty Weaver, we've made for the car, that's the Halo, having jumped cars for others in parking lots that immediately went online and purchased. Hello, Crafty Angie, and hello... Thank you. And hello, Wendy Macbeth. He says, oh my goodness, I've embraced the chaos, opened the gilding flakes, everything, including my floor, is very sparkly now. Lol. Ink storage, you're going to get with it 4 of your opaque pigment ink pads. This is what you're going to get. Pure white. You're going to get the plum jam. You're going to get your parakeet. It's coming up on Friday Night Live tonight, so you can grab it then. Spring Meadow. You are going to get the pale fig, and you are also going to receive the damson wine as well. When you consider that should be another like £40, I think, on top of what you're getting there. To get all of that for $19.99 or $26.39 is a huge deal. So Sister P4, yeah, goodie bag. I mean, it's basically 6 free ink pads is what you're getting, but it is still an exceptional deal nonetheless. Alexandra says, I'm with you, Craig. I keep all my die stamps and folders in their packaging. I have quite a few rogue dies that have no packaging, so they're in the storage wallets. I too am running out of space, you say. Love those boxes, says Helen. And hi to Jeffrey. What are you doing now over there? Oh, he's going to do some embossing, more embossing.
Yeah, I thought what we'll do, in case you did miss Wake Up Call, let's do the plate configuration again for 2D and 3D folders here. So let's move that out of the way, put all that away later. So for your G2, Gemini Junior, or of course your original Gemini, what you're going to want to do for a 2D embossing folder. So that's a 2D embossing folder and a cut and emboss folder, because your cut and emboss folders are 2D. Mm-hmm. What we're going to do is our 2 cutting plates. So to stop the edges from buckling or crinkling or cracking, what you want to do is you want to then make your cardstock just a little bit smaller than the folder itself, and then we're going to close that one over. 2D, we're going to go onto our cutting plate, and then we're going to then go in with our top cutting plate, run that one through. Now if you're using the Midi, you'll have seen earlier on, for a 2D folder, cut and emboss folder, you're going to use that shim. If you want to add in an extra paper shim like I done, you can do, but it's not essential. Opening that up, and then that is onto just a silver satin card. How fab is that?
Brilliant, that.
Great for backgrounds for men's cars, or you just want that tactile feel, of course, you can do that, but it's all on one level. That's why it's a 2D embossing folder. But then, what about a 3D embossing folder? So let's go in with a Macron floral, and then I'm just going to then have a little feel, so that's the raised detail. Always have a look at the opposite side, the deboss, because it looks just as nice in many cases.
Yeah.
But we're going to go in with our card once again. So I'm closing this down. So this is for a 3D embossing folder. So your OG, G2, and then your Junior, you're going to go in with your base plate. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go in with your magnetic, and then your top plate, your frosted shim. So it's a 3D folder, cut and plate, magnetic, frosted shim. If you are using the Midi, you don't need anything, but you know that I put in that card shim. And then if we open this one up, how phenomenal is that?
Amazing that.
On silver satin card. Now you could use craft metal, you can use fizzy juice tins if you want to, you could use tin foil on your double-sided adhesive sheets or your aluminum foil. You can do that, of course, no problem at all. But isn't that absolutely exquisite? Did say earlier on as well, you can absolutely use all of our folders in any branded die cutting machine. So don't think it has to have to be a Gemini, the best one. And I'm not being biased, many of you know, like to Debbie Robinson, we bought ours even before we joined the company, not the G2, but we did buy the G2 ourselves when that was launched. But if you do have any other branded machines, absolutely you can use them. You're just going to have to check the manufacturing guide or check with the company the plate configurations, because different brands, their folders can maybe be a little bit thinner, maybe a little bit thicker, and that goes for their plate as well. But for our plates, our Gemini machines, that's the combination for your 2D. So your 2D is your 2 cutting plates for anything that's 2D and a cut and emboss. And then you've got your 3D folders. You can see here, that is base cut and plate, a frosted shim, and a magnetic shim for anything that's 3D.
Save this show, mark it down, so then you've got kind of a reference point for, if you need to get those plate combinations, you know exactly where it is. Lisa P says, I'm excited to see the Duchess tonight. Gotta love a dude in a dress. Monty Python, Milton Berle equals classic comedy. Oh, sorry, apparently it's not the Duchess, they're naming me Benjamina tonight, apparently. Dear Craig, says Dawn Barry, I have my sister's 60th birthday coming up in March. Is there any possibility that you can make a luxury black and gold card on your YouTube channel so I can get some inspiration, please? Well, you did ask for requests.
So a
a luxury black and gold card.
Luxury black and gold card. I shall absolutely try my best and add that to the list of what I want to film for my Crafter's Companion YouTube channel.
Do you know what? So I started reading that as well. I was thinking, like, is Craig going to get asked to start making cards of people now as well? Please, can you make a card for so-and-so's birthday?
£10 a card.
Very, very quickly before we disappear, is this what you want me to pick up? Oh, good. The Stash and Stack is absolutely flying. We have sold hundreds and hundreds of these today. Just when you thought people couldn't get enough of the Stash and Stack, we go and do a ridiculous deal like this and people buy even more of these. They're so super useful, even for putting these kits in, storing, if you want, storing embossing folders in here if you want, because obviously you don't, this will come with the dividers in it, right? And you can take those out and keep this as it is right now. So you can store all sorts in there. If you want to store your dies in there, you can. If you want to store your embossing folders in there, you can. If you want to store these technique kits in there, you can. If you want to store your fishing equipment in here, you can. If you want to store your papers in here, why not? If you want to store DIY stuff in there, you can. If you want to buy these as little memory boxes to store all of the, when the kids come home from school with drawings and paintings and all those kind of things, use it for that. Use it for putting all of those bits and pieces that you've got lying around at home in that man drawer, as we call it. Free up that drawer and put them away in here. If the kids needed to tidy their rooms up because they've got toys all over the place, particularly those Lego blocks and those, those smaller bits and pieces that get all over the place, use it for that. Use it for what you will, but take advantage of the fact that this super sturdy, super secure box that allows you to stash and stack very, very simply indeed is on a £10, $10 deal. You need to snap these up like they're going out of style. We have deep stocks, so don't feel guilty about going, oh, I'll have 5, 6, 7, 8 of these. You can absolutely do it. And we're also throwing into the mix your Spectre Noir luxury gilding flakes from the Carnival collection. Midnight Mauve, you've got your Deep Iris and your Lapis Blue included in there as well. Combining, I think, two of your favourite products from Crafter's Companion in one big, big bundle that is low, low price. Triple points free gift when you spend a tenner, and of course if you're at that 50 spend, then you have got your free shipping as well. Just a final reminder on your embossing showstopper as well. We're down to about 10 or 12 of those remaining. I think it depends on who's got it in their basket now and who's checking out, but that is going to sell out, which means you've only got a handful of chances left to get the bonus buy and get all those tape pens at a ridiculous £12 or $20 if you're a platinum member. What a show. Craig, thank you so much. We are all back in various guises in about an hour's time, aren't we?
We are indeed. Friday Night Live, me and Sarah and a very special guest. I wonder who that could be. But yeah, come along, join us. If you are watching us live, watch us live again in an hour's time.
We've got games in the show, of course. Don't forget your chance to win yourself vouchers when you play along. We've got our Friday night faves as well. So if you have sent in any pictures recently, make sure you watch, because if you watch and your picture crops up on the screen, you'll be winning yourself bonus points. We've also got everything we've just shown you here as far as free gifts are concerned, triple points, free shipping. That's all coming up for you. Price drops on the show as well. Craig's first time hosting, Sarah's first time on the show, and a dude in a dress. I mean, what more could you want? Oh, you want something else, do you? You want a little secret? You want something else on the show that we can't talk about until we start it? Well, there is something very exciting coming. You need to make sure that you are back here in an hour's time for a brilliant end to your week. It's going to be fun. There's going to be laughs. There's going to be frolics and fun and chaos and all sorts. So make sure you're here in an hour. Until then, from me and he...
Toodles!